Having suffered through mental health challenges and depression for a long time, I understand how deeply it can affect a person. Mental health can bring you to your knees, but it doesn't have to define your life. You can take control. There are ways to manage mental health and reclaim your happiness. Take the steps today to relieve your symptoms and start healing. For much of my life, I let mental health control me. It was like an invisible force pulling me into darkness. The worst of it came this past year when I experienced a mental health breakdown so severe that it landed me in a hospital. That night I felt like I was battling the devil himself. I went to the emergency room, but even there, my anxiety was through the roof. It was through every fiber of my being was gripped by fear and hopelessness. My anxiety escalated until I couldn't stay in the hospital. I tried to leave, overwhelmed with feeling of hatred and negativity in the air. The doctors stopped me, grabbed my arms, and restrained me as though I was someone else entirely. They even called the police, who handcuffed me to the bed like a criminal. It was humiliating, but it was also the beginning of my journey to healing. Hours later, I was transferred to the psychiatric ward on the 7th floor. For the first time in what felt like forever, my anxiety started to ease. I was diagnosed with severe depression and an anxiety disorder. During my 13-day stay, I began to feel the faint glimmers of relief. Medications helped me, but so did the environment. A place where I wasn't judged, where I could focus on getting better. While I was in the hospital, my life outside unraveled even further. My roommate, a woman 20 years younger than me, locked me out of the home we shared and gave away my emotional support cat, Delilah, without my knowledge. Learning this news broke my heart. I cried endlessly, grieving the loss of my cat Daisy, who had passed the previous year, and now Delilah. These two cats had been in my life, been my lifeline during my darkest times, and losing them felt like another cruel twist of fate. When I left the hospital, I entered a crisis home that provided me with a temporary motel room. After 3 days, I was forced to leave, which only heightened my anxiety. My caseworker attempted to help, but I was turned away from one hospital to another, leaving me stranded in the middle of the night. It was a nightmare, but eventually I connected with the Christ Home through the REACH program. I stayed there for a month before transitioning into an adult transitional home for 6 months. Slowly but surely, I started to rebuild my life. In September, I finally moved into my own place, a mobile home that I could call my own. After years of instability and heartache, I had a space to start over. One of the first things I did was adopt a cat, Bella, who has become my new emotional support animal. Naming her was a prayerful and hopeful act, and having her in my life has been a source of immense comfort. This year has been one of the rebuilding and healing. For the first time in many years, I faced anniversaries of my parents passing without the pain of grief dominating my heart. A pivotal moment in my journey was meeting Ranger Smith, a musician whose concert I prayed to attend. When I met him, I asked for a rare request, a prayer. As he placed his hands on my shoulder and prayed, I felt the Holy Ghost flowed through me. In that moment, I saw a vision of my parents and a dear friend who had passed away. It was a gift from God that brought me immense peace and healed a part of my grief. This experience taught me that there is hope, even after years of pain. If you're struggling with mental health, know that help is available. I walked the path of despair and found my way to a better place. You can too. Reach out, take the first step, and begin a journey to reclaim your life. You are worth it, and you are loved.